The US troops have been laying in limelight 10 years now in the country of Afghanistan. However, the war hasn't stopped, but it has gotten even worse. Terrorism is an everyday encounter. The children have no lack of education, and women are forced to live under the shadow of men. Many people try to escape the war and find shelter in Europe. That seems a civilized place to live. Reza, a 31-year-old guy, and Farah, his wife, 20 years old, are married already 15 years now and have 2 children. They take the decision to run away from Afghanistan with their children and seek a better life. In the midst of the runaway, a terrorist attack occurs and Farah disappears. Reza, with his 2 children, survives from the attack and continues to Germany, believing his wife has been killed in the field. After 1 month, while in the refugee camp in Hamburg, Reza gets a strange text message in his cell phone that makes him realize that his wife is still alive. He then immediately starts a campaign with activists from the camp to track her down and bring her in Germany to reunite all together as a family. Although Farah is found in Greece, after a while she denies her identity, claiming to be someone else. She says she has no children, nor has she ever been married in the past. What will follow will be the struggle of one woman to survive and own the right to free herself. In Afghanistan, preparing for the journey, getting false identities, gathering money, everything they need for their journey. Now walking towards the borders of Iran. Everything seems calm and peaceful. In the borders of Iran, a terroristic attack occurs. Reza hides the children. Farah disappears. Reza searches for Farah, but realizes she's gone. He believes she got killed in the field. He needs to move on and meet with a trafficker in Turkey to take him and his children to Germany. However, back in the desert we find Farah, who has been hidden all this time. She has saved some money and starts her own personal journey for the Turkish borders. On her way, she finds a trafficker and convinces him by paying him nearly all of her money to take her to the Turkish borders. She gets with 10 other people into the back truck of a car. She can nearly breathe. When she arrives in Turkey, she realizes she needs to work in order to pay her escape to Greece. It is 5,000 euros for an adult to pass the sea borders. She finds work in a factory where only refugee children and women work. In the factory, all the workers sleep on the floor and are treated poorly. They get verbally and physically abused. When Farah asks her money, she gets widely beaten up. She decides to escape the factory, and at night she arranges to run away through a forest that lays nearby. In the midst of the night, her boss realizes that Farah has run away and starts running after her with dogs. She runs and hides in the forest and manages to escape. In Istanbul, she calls up a Turk relative of her husband that has avoided to call so far. She asks him for his help. She lies to him about Reza, however he already knows about Reza and thus notifies him about Farah. He finds a trafficker that agrees to put her on a boat without a life jacket, since she has no money to pay for her freedom. In the middle of the sea, a Turkish boat stops them and takes the engine away from the boat with the refugees. Now the boat sails by the wind, and by luck it reaches finally the island of Lesbos. In Lesbos, she passes through documentation. Everything seems in disorder. Is that Europe? She claims she has lost her papers and declares a false identity. At the same time, her husband has started, with the help of some activists, to track her down. She will leave for a while hidden and does everything she can to earn a new life and be the new person she wants to be. She never wanted children. She never wanted to even get married. She wanted education. She wanted to be a painter, an independent woman, and now Europe can give her that chance. Will Europe be what she dreamt of? And how far can she reach to get her independence? So far as to deny her own children?